Hi, I'm Gary Jones with TogDrop Solutions, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about our lighting. And I'm just going to demonstrate on a metal wall because you want to save space. So finding out a lot of people use metal walls. Now this metal here is thinner than what I recommend, but I wanted to try this just to see how it would work. This is 31 gauge. Would not use that. A 28 works a lot better. 26, and the further you go down, the thicker the metal gets, the better it works. So with the triple head magnetic base that we have here, it holds pretty well on this, but 26 or 28 would be a whole lot better. And if you've not ever seen this before, it has actually 4 magnets, 3 up here and 1 down here towards the bottom. Have a little lever right here that you lift up, and then you can take it off very easily, or you can adjust it up or down when you have that lever up. But once you lock it in place, it's hard to move. Now, this is our corner body. This is what we use to make the corners, but you can also, if you have this and you're not using it for a corner, you could actually put it on here. And our system is, modular, so we have a lot of pieces that fit into other pieces. And once you slide that on there, you just use this knob here, snug it down to where it won't come off. And I only recommend speed lights on the entire system. You get into the studio lights, the big, we have the Godox 600s here, and they're pretty big and bulky. And speed lights work well, especially in the studio. But if you need a hair light, rim light, or something like that on the back, then something like this with a speed light works fine. So we have these here. You got the little spigot, or I'll just call it a stem. Made this little cartridge here that has a key on it, and this has a slot in it, so you could put it in like that. And let me get my light situated here. Of course, you wouldn't have it pointing up in the air like that. But you could put it on like that, tighten it up. We could take this, since it has the key in there, put in there, and you turn it, that way it won't come out accidentally. And you want to snug this up before you start putting anything on it, just in case you forget and you go turn a light, you don't want it to fall out. So now it's in there nice and snug. We can put it on like this, tighten it up a little bit, and then you can rotate it however you want. Now I wanted to show you the sliding light holder. So on this arm here, say if you were using your backdrops and you're creating a corner, so one backdrop pole would come here, this one would come out this way, or maybe even at a 90, come right back here. What you could do with this, since this kind of slides in and out, you take this, you put it on there, you snug the knob down, and you can still slide it a little bit. We'll take the little stem, we'll pop that in there like so. And you could take your light, you can set it on there, and then of course tighten it down. Now you have a light coming over the corner, and maybe you need it a little bit higher. Get one of these, put that on there like that. Put this up here. Now your light is plenty high enough to where it would go down the corner and not spill light onto your backdrop. Normally you put like a little grid or something on here, just to kind of direct the light for a hair light. Let's take this off. So I have a lot of options when it comes to lighting. Trying to control it, trying to save space to where you can put light where you couldn't put it before. We have this little nifty thing here. It's the, well, let me show you. It's my dual light holder. Let me loosen this up a little bit, like so. And now what this does is that you can put that in there like so. And let's take the one out of this one. You could put one here like that, and now you could have a light. You could have a light here, maybe pointing that direction. Maybe you're shooting maybe two different backdrops. We have a dual pole holder that can go in here that can hold a backdrop going both ways. So you can have one there, and then of course take another one and put it over here. And you could always put this one upside down. Of course, tighten that down so there's no chance of that turning and falling out. So you could put a light upside down, and then maybe one up here. This one may be pointing down, maybe rim light, hair light. You can stand this one up and get a hair light. So we have that option. Take these out. And these have a little bit of an index on the top. So if you're looking down at it, you don't have to try to get up underneath and see where this little key is. You can tell where it is by that little index. The other thing that we have, get this out of the way, is this piece here, originally made and then it grew into something else. If you have heavy material that you're trying to do on a metal wall, so I call it my hold down bar. Has two little levers on it in case you have a hard time getting it off. So that would go over the top. Now you have 5 magnets, and these are rated at 150 pounds a piece. You put these on cast iron, they're really hard to get off. So again, thicker the metal, the better off you are. And I would recommend sanding it. Up here I have sanded. This is where I normally have them at. And even where the stretchers are, I sand that. It just holds better, and they don't slide as easy. Have no problem of putting backdrops up on these. So, and then you can lift your little levers and it releases it real easy. And another thing that you can do with this has 1/4-20 threaded inserts here, here, and also here. So you could do that like so. Let me move some stuff out of the way so you can actually see. So we'll take this off, move it down, I guess about here. You put this on the metal by itself, and now you have another way to put your light on your metal. And then of course you can rotate it and, you know, however you want to do it. A lot of people have been going with this little strips of metal. It's like a 24 gauge you buy at your big box stores in the building supply, and they're used for construction work. They're actually like straps, and they come in different lengths. And you can get some pretty long, and you can actually screw that to your wall. And I thought about liquid nail, that way the screws are not in the way. But either way, when you put it up and it's secured, you can use something like this, and it's going to hold very, very well. You wouldn't have to worry about anything. But again, 28 gauge metal at least, and sand it with like 100 grit sandpaper wherever you're going to place this at. And I think that kind of wraps us up for the lighting. I do have one part here that I don't think I've ever mentioned in any of the videos, is just a plate, real simple plate. And what this is used for is you don't have no metal, you don't have any metal, you don't want to use stands, you don't have room for stands, you don't have any auto poles, maybe your ceilings are sloped or they're too high for auto poles. If you use this plate and you mount it, if you find a stud where you want it at, then you can put a screw in the top and one in the bottom and you'll be good to go. But if you don't, it's like molly bolts. You could use 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and that way when you fasten that to your wall, then you can put all these components on there, your backdrop, your corner, lighting, anything like that, and you could use it to get around your studio. And you could have multiple of these. We have one guy that actually wants quite a few of these where he can put them around in his studio, multiple places where he can actually put a light on it. We do have, I don't think I showed you this, we do actually have, I call it my light body. So it's like a miniature, one of the corner bodies, and it'll slide on any of these other components. And it'll slide on this one for the wall. And then you can do the same thing here where you put your little stems in. You can put your dual light holder on that. And try to find multiple ways to be able to put things around your studio and save that precious space and precious time. So I do have one of the piece here. I keep finding pieces. So this is the dual threaded cylinder. So we sell of course we sell these. On the website it shows 2, but I believe it's just for one because I wanted to show you the top and the bottom, that it's threaded. Standard quarter 20 is what it's called. So you can take one of these and screw it in, and then say on your light body or any of these other things. It doesn't have a key or anything, so it can only go in one way. Do not put that upside down because it can come out if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. So that's sliding there, you tighten it down, now you can put a light on that. And if you want to, you could put another stem on the bottom, and I thought I had one here, but I don't. So you could put a light at the top, and then you could drop these, and they have those extensions. They're flexible, so they would screw into that, and they would drop down. They have different lengths from like 2 foot to 3 or 4 feet. I have a few of those where you could drop this light way down if you needed to for, whatever your lighting situation might be. It might come in handy for you, especially if this was up pretty high, and then you can drop it down to maybe this light here is down, shoulder height or maybe waist, and then get one up for the hair light. So, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool and very durable. These things are just not going to fall apart on you. They're pretty stout. But okay, well, thank you for watching. Hope you've learned something. Maybe give you something to think about in your studio that you have now, or maybe you're going to a new studio. We used to shoot in the garage, didn't have much room at all. And of course, we didn't have this back then. Wish we did. We could have saved a whole lot of space compared to the stands and with the backdrops and everything. But it's here now, and we use it. We've got some other people using it, and they really enjoy it. So just thank you for your time, and stop by and see us at TogDrop.com. Thank you.